These proposed buffer zones between the area that is sprayed and where people live is really a question for rural towns and villages, for the people that live side by side with agricultural land that is often teeming with pesticides. What we need to consider is cities like Paris, Nantes, Grenoble, well, they don't have a whole lot of agricultural crops on their territory. And more than that, there are already laws in place that ban pesticides in most of the green spaces in cities such as Paris, including public parks. So in fact, today's announcement will raise the number of areas that won't have pesticides. It now includes cemeteries, sporting fields, the gardens in apartment blocks or in buildings, shared common spaces, but it's not going to have a huge difference. So you might say, yes, it is largely symbolic, and it's certainly how the government is trying to play this announcement. This morning, Environment Minister Elizabeth Bourne posting this tweet, essentially thanking the cities for abiding with laws that already exist. In fact, she ends her tweet with the hashtag coup de com, we see there, which basically says she's calling it a PR exercise.
Okay, indeed. Well, you mentioned that buffer zone there, and environmentalists have flagged that up. They've criticised the proposed 10-metre, I think in some cases, gap between homes, schools and workplaces. They say that's not enough. Is that a legitimate concern, do you think?
Well, this is a controversy that's been gaining momentum for months, ever since a mayor in Brittany introduced, just off his back, a 150-metre buffer zone between residential homes and the spraying of pesticides, a ban that is essentially illegal, but he still went ahead with it. And in fact, his crusade prompted 40 or so other mayors to do the same thing. The government is offering, as you say, a 5 to 10 metre buffer zone depending on the crop. The agriculture minister saying 150 metres is absolutely out of the question because there's too many farms within that distance. It would jeopardise France's food production. So is 10 metres enough? Well, for environmentalists, not even close. In fact, they prefer nothing at all, saying that pesticide particles, they don't respect a 5, 10 metre, even 100 metre distance. They fly, they travel. So right now there's a public consultation happening starting on Monday. It'll run until the beginning of October, where the government will hear all the concerns. Any decision made from that will be implemented as of January next year.